Well, good morning. We are on the trail. We have left Trimpi shelter. It was a full shelter last night. We had a few folks tenting. The rain held off. Well, it rained on yesterday afternoon after we got there, but then it stopped, and I don't think it rained any overnight to speak of, so the guys that were tenting stayed mostly dry. We met a couple of new fellas that were really funny, Doc and Chappie. We're going to give a shout out to those guys. They were a lot of fun to talk to, and yeah, we had a really good time in the shelter. We are headed into Marion, Virginia today. We've got 10 miles to go. We started at 8:22. Love to be able to make 10 by 12, but it's going to be tight. We'll see how things go. But yeah, we had a really good night of sleep. It's kind of funny, Gavin slept up on the top bunk, and this one was laid out so that the top bunk was a single bunk parallel to where Snow Cream and I were sleeping down below. And throughout the night, Gavin shifts around a lot when he sleeps. He doesn't sleep very still. He's an active sleeper. He kept kicking and thrashing and flopping, and things kept falling out of the top bunk and landing on the shelter floor between Snow Cream and me. It was kind of funny, but we got all of this stuff back to him eventually, and thankfully it didn't hit any of us in the head and whack us and knock us out or anything. But it was just kind of a funny night. No bear issues last night, so that was a good thing. Still haven't figured that one out, because the hang that Snow Cream had the other day that the bear got into was just, it was a perfect hang. I would have been happy with it. Everybody in the campsite was happy with it. And the bear was real happy with it, because apparently he found some way to get to it anyway. So we've got about 10 miles to go this morning, and we're going to be in Marion tonight and probably tomorrow night as well. I've heard good stories about a Mexican restaurant, and even better stories about a Walmart that's within walking distance of the hotel we're likely staying at. So hopefully it'll be a great day today. Hopefully, well, right now I'm stepping over some rocks, Wes. I was going to say, I hope that we don't have to deal with much rocks. But one of the fellows in the shelter last night was coming southbound, so he's already done this section of the trail, and he said we're going to have a pretty good walk today. So I think we're blessed with that, and I'm hoping that we can do another 10 by 12 here, but it'll be tight. We'll have to really hustle, but we'll give it a go. We'll talk to you up the trail. Alrighty, walking in the cow pasture this morning. I'm running where I step. Not sure whether I'd rather have rocks or other obstacles, but thought the fog was kind of pretty settling over that mountain there and blowing around. This is the first time we walked this close to livestock, except for the horses. Of course, it's early in the morning, so my nose is running a little bit, bless. Look at it a little bit. Alrighty, this cow, I think this is a through hiker, because there's his tag right there in his ear. He doesn't have a backpack, or she doesn't have a backpack. One, so that means he's from last year. That's right, it's a 2018 through hiker, because her tag's orange, but she's standing right on the trail. And she's going northbound almost. Eventually, maybe she'll go northbound or southbound or get somewhere off the trail, or I guess we can take a wide berth and just go right around. But yeah, interesting. All right, no, so this is a northbound cow. Yep, there she goes. Yeah, yep. All righty, so here's a little calf right here. Moo. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just doing it. Yeah. Okay, cool.
He's staring at us.
Watch out, boss.
Moo. Alrighty, hiking through the cows this morning. Moo. Okay, here's our mountain stream of the day. We're about 1.5 miles or 2 miles in, probably two. And we just came across right here. Good rocks to skip and hop over right there. And man, this is absolutely gorgeous. As is everything out here. I know you're tired of hearing that word. Early on it was cool, now it's gorgeous. So you got to send me some new adjectives here to describe the trail. Just the soothing sounds here of this water is just incredible and gorgeous.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We just came up on Trail Magic right here about 2 miles in, and that's pretty awesome. AT Hiker Ministry, and we had sodas and crackers and chips and all kinds of things. He's got about everything a hiker needs. We appreciate his ministry out here to the trail because it's God that's seeing us through. So we're truly blessed this morning to have met him, and we appreciate it. There's Chappie and Doc. We stayed with them last night. We were talking about them on the trail earlier today.
I am a college dropout.
We're all getting ready to head up the trail.
Well, see.
Okie dokie, here we go. We're up on this little ridge line right now, hiking over this valley. It's gorgeous. We've had trail magic this morning, and that was nice too, from the AT Hiker Ministries. They're on Facebook, and I'll try to remember to tag them in the video. But he was really kind. He had everything hikers needed, sodas and snacks and such as that, and even some resupply stuff and chargers and health and beauty aids and all kinds of stuff. So we appreciate him and his ministry to all of us on the trail. In the last little clip you saw Doc and Chappie. I stayed with them last night. They're pretty neat fellas. I'd love to hike with them some. I think they would be a lot of fun. And we found out that Chappie is the trail chaplain out here this year, so that's pretty cool. And they got gone before we said our morning word this morning. It's been nice to have included him in that. But we'll see each other up the road, I'm sure. So we'll look forward to that. Well, more May apples. I hadn't shown you those in a few days, and I still think these are really interesting plants because they seem to come up with just 4 leaves, and then they break off in 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. That one's got 7 leaves, I think. I don't know. I've been walking pretty hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leaves on that. Maybe it's 6 leaves on all of them, but I still think they're a very pretty plant. I've been going uphill pretty hard just for the last little bit. Bullfrog got way out ahead of us this morning, which is odd. And Angel and I passed Snow Cream. Gavin was behind us. We stopped after an hour and decided we might ought to wait on Snow Cream and Gavin, Hawkeye. And they weren't too far behind us, 5 or 7 minutes. And she went on trying to catch Bullfrog. We don't know where he went. He's on up the trail somewhere. And I got in front of Snow Cream, and I was going to try to catch him, but I don't believe I'm going to do it, so I'm going to slow down a little bit and just chill, because when we get to the road crossing, we can't do anything till we're all there, and I'm in the middle of the group, so I'm not going to get left. So, back it up. That's an interesting gnarled old tree. It's broken off right there, but interesting nonetheless. The things that you see out here. It's odd too, the way that the terrain changes in just a half a mile or so. You know, sometimes you're walking through rhododendron and you get into spruce, and then you get back into open forest land, and it just changes all over the place. But spring is most definitely springing here. Got lots of greenery. We don't have the flowers that we had, but I bet we will again. So keep an eye out for those. And we've got poison oak. There's a good healthy crop of poison oak right there beside the trail. Hope everybody stays out of it. Not to be confused with Virginia creeper right there. Virginia creeper has 5 leaves. Poison oak has only 3. So you have to kind of watch out. And we're beginning to see nettles come into bloom, and those will aggravate the snot out of you if they hang down over the trail because they sting. But we don't have those too big yet, but we'll see them soon enough. Well, for the last little while, I've been ridge walking. Up and down and up and down and up and down. Nothing real big one way or the other, although we still have some pesky rocks that are kind of digging into my feet now. I'm ready to put my feet up for a day or so and not use them much. I'm still in the middle of the bunch. I thought I would catch Angel and Bullfrog, but I haven't. Snow Cream and Hawkeye are behind me. Maybe not too far. I don't know. When I got past Snow Cream, I went into overdrive down some hills and around, and probably put in a little distance between us all, but it's not huge. Past Doc and Chappie. They're not too far behind me though. They're hiking pretty quick. They were stopped and making some phone calls, and they said that there's going to be room for us at the Econo Lodge. They were looking for shuttles and such as that out of the visitor center down here, so thankful for that. Maybe there'll be somebody down there waiting on us when we get there. I haven't checked mileage yet, but we got to get, likely are getting close. It's about 11:45. I had made the comment that we could do 10 by 12 this morning, but that ended with the trail magic because we stopped there for 30 minutes probably, and that was well worth it. I appreciate people coming out to do that, and I don't mind to avail myself of the opportunity to have a free Coke and some cheese crackers. That kind of hit the spot. It's nice to have a cold drink occasionally. Even though we've been fortunate this week, we've had a couple of real meals through happenstance, I guess. We pulled off there at Massey Gap at Grayson Highlands and called the restaurant, and they sent a shuttle out for us and fed us and sent us back out on the trail. And then the next day, a friend from home, hiker in 2014, he came out and met us at Old Orchard Shelter and shuttled us to some really good barbecue here in Troutdale, so that was awesome. But anyway, I'm going to go on up the trail here, and we'll be to where we're going before too terribly long. Well, I just walked up on these rocks. That one's kind of neat. Looks like rocks on top of rocks and rocks grown into that tree. Same thing over here. I guess this is Appalachian Stonehenge or something, although I don't think man put these here. I'm pretty sure God put these here. And it's a sight to behold. And it's a pretty awesome day. Looks like we're going downhill again for a little bit, and I am happy with that. Hopefully we don't have too many rocks ahead of us. My left foot's beginning to just be a little bit achy for having walked on rocks for so long. It is beautiful up here. Well, I just came into this little rhododendron forest or thicket or whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure forest is the right word, probably thicket is the right word. And it's kind of nice because it cools things down. Rhododendron tend to either trap moisture or grow in moist areas or something like that. I'm not sure which. And that makes it a little bit cooler coming through there. I sort of figured that I would catch up to angel and bullfrog back there at the stream. I'm not sure I've actually gotten to the stream, but we've had a couple of water crossings, and usually that's where bullfrog will pull up. So, excuse me, we'll keep on getting it here a little bit. I've kind of slowed down to a meander pace because I know Snow Cream and Hawkeye are way behind me. Because I did, when I passed Snow Cream, I did kind of pull out pretty fast. I had a decent amount of downhill and flat that I could fly on, and was trying to catch up to the other guys and see what's going on. But anyway, it's been an interesting day because I expect we've all had an opportunity to hike a little bit alone, separated from the others, and just be introspective and think about things and enjoy nature. The weather is much better than we expected that it would be. We were completely expecting to be rained on today, and we might yet because we're not there. But so far so good. Skies are pretty blue and no dark clouds in sight really. Well, a little bit over that way, but I think we're going to be okay. No more than we got to go, a couple of miles I think. So anyway, I'm going to put it down and keep on getting it at a slow pace, and we'll talk to you soon. Oh, yeah, it's recording. Wow, sometimes it's hard to tell. I know there's a little red dot, but the sun's shining on my screen. So I just checked my phone, and I'm way closer to the partnership shelter than I thought I was. I'm about 0.2 or 3. And since I left the top of that hill, kind of coming close to 2.5 miles back now, I've been kind of in meander mode, waiting on Snow Cream and Hawkeye to catch up with me. I really hope that Hawkeye's not aggravated that I got so far ahead, and he may not be nearly as far behind as I think that he is, because the terrain's been pretty pleasant today. We've had a few ups, but it's not been bad. We had ridge walking for a little while, but it's been kind of nice to just walk alone and listen to some songs and think and just kind of be by myself in nature today. And I hope he has enjoyed the same opportunity. But anyway, we'll regroup there. I'll definitely wait on him to the partnership shelter because that's one I wanted to see. And then we're just another 10th or so to the roadway to the visitor center where we hope we can get a shuttle into town. So we'll see what happens. I'll turn it back on when we get closer. All right, I sort of have an unwritten rule that anytime I'm walking down the trail and I happen to look off to the side and say, wow, that's pretty, that's a good time for me to stop and get out my camera. This little grassy area right down here below the trail is just really nice the way the sun's playing off of it. And it's been a really pleasant walk today. Now that's a new tree or bush. Not sure exactly what that is. I may have to stop and take a picture of that one and put that one up on iNaturalist tonight and see. Yeah, I believe that's what I'll do because the trail is going on that way and we're not far from the shelter and I've got some waiting to do. So I'll just pause right here. I'm gonna stop the video and take a picture of this thing and see if I can figure out what it is. Well, I was closer than I thought I was to the partnership shelter because right there it is. So I've made it this far. That means we're about 1/10 of a mile from the end of our hike today unless we have to walk into town, and I don't think there's much any danger of that. So come on around here and have a seat and wait on the rest of our crew. Well, there's a few folks here. My crowd's gone. Man. So this is nice. Really nice shelter. Yeah.
Have a great day.
All righty. Nice, pretty. We'll see y'all up the road. Tell Angel and Hawkeye, Angel and Bullfrog, we're back here somewhere.
No, he said he saw them up ahead.
Okay. All right. We'll see y'all up there then. All right. Take care. Really pretty area. I'm going to sit down here and hang out for a little bit. Now I'm recording. I got to sit down and play with my phone some more and figure out why sometimes when I hit the red button it doesn't want to record. This is the partnership shelter, and it holds about 20 folks. It's a bi-level shelter, and if it weren't just 1/10 of a mile from a roadway in a big town, we would be staying here, I'm sure. But we're going to get on to the town as we're waiting on Snow Cream to come on along. Gavin's come through, and Angel and Bullfrog are already there in town. I don't know whether you can make out the road, but the road's just right up there. We're 1/10 of a mile from it. This shelter is one where you can actually order pizza. There's a menu over here. I left it. I was going to take out some of this trash, but there's a takeout menu from the pizza place right there. And somewhere right along here, there's a phone that I guess you have to walk out towards the road. There's a landline that you can call in a pizza from out here. And that's kind of cool. This shelter also has a shower, but it's not turned on for the season yet. But the shower area is right in here. And it's got a privy back up the way. It's 2 levels. I'm not going to climb up top, but the up top area is right up there. And I don't feel like climbing that ladder right there for no good reason, because I bet it looks a lot like the downstairs of the shelter when you get up there. There's the privy and a clothesline already set up for you. Kind of an unexpected surprise. There was a fellow starting his long section hike today, and he had extra Arby's sandwich, so he gave me that, and that was a real nice treat to get me situated to get on into town now. I'm ready to have a shower and go eat some more. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna head on into town and we'll talk to you soon. Well, here we are at the visitor center. There's our crowd. We finally caught them. I stopped at the shelter for a little while and chatted with the section hiker. And, oh cool. Guy says the shuttle is 10 minutes out, so we've already had a phone call made. That's pretty awesome. So, here's everybody. There's a dumpster about 100 feet that way. Well, here we are. We've all made it.